tense. That was like game 5 all over again. Those guys can hit really, really. It came down to us pitching really, really well. And Joey Wendell and Willie Adames plays. They put on a clinic today defensively.
Kevin, what can you say about what Manny Margot did today, both the home run and the catch, and maybe which one you like better?
I'll take the 3-run homer, but the catch was outstanding too. You had a good question before the game asking about him, so that lined up really, really well. Manny, he has really turned it on with the home run. We didn't see many, during the regular season, but I think he's got now 3 just huge home runs for us here in the postseason. And then the play, just to have the ability to know where you're at and kind of the effort to say, forget it, I'm going to hit something, but I'm going in and still hang on to the ball was really, really impressive.
And we talked about it during the first round, but the year he's had, to see him have such success after the personal issues.
Yeah, special for him, really special. And that means a lot, family guy, and he's been put through the ringer along with other family members, but we've turned him into our family, and everybody's really supportive of him and just so happy for what he's accomplishing.
Juan Toribio.
Hey, Kevin, what did you kind of see out of Charlie today?
Well, I saw really, really good. And then I saw, he lost it for a little bit there. I talked to Kyle, referenced maybe the front side was flying open. Uncharacteristic for Charlie, but we can't nitpick too much. He just threw 5 scoreless against, as good an offense as you're going to see. So just another outstanding effort, made big pitches there in the 4th and the 5th inning to get us 5. We had the bullpen going in the 4th. So that tells you how big his outing was for us.
You guys said pretty confident when his velo was a little bit down and just kind of things weren't going his way. What was that? Was it something you guys saw under his hood, under the hood, or is it just kind of confidence in that Charlie's going to kind of figure things out?
Well, I think you got to have a lot of confidence for who he is and knowing that he's going to figure it out. And he has ever since he's kind of come back, and certainly in the postseason, he's sitting at that 94 to 96 range, and any pitcher will take the extra velo. He's getting it right now.
Romano.
Hey, Kevin, you guys obviously played excellent defense today. They had a play that they did not make, and it ends up being a big difference in the game. Could you just talk about the little things that your guys do that don't get the headlines that end up meaning something in games like this?
Well, that's we talked about it last night. How do you win close ball games? You gotta and be good at it over time. You got to make plays. And what Joey Wendell and what Willie did today was remarkable. And then we capitalize on a miscue. Good teams have the ability to do that. You're not always going to do that, but we were able to capitalize. But Joey's defense and Willie's defense were as bright a spot as anything going today for us.
Justin Granite.
Kevin, Mike Zunino, just lengthening that lineup in the 9th spot again. What does he mean to this club at the bottom of that order to create that power in really no blank spots in this order?
Yeah, Mike's seeing the ball well right now, and he got up there, got a pitch in the shadows. McCullers was absolutely filthy. From the side, even before the shadows got there, you could see after the home run, he really dialed it in and shut us down. And then Z got a pitch up in the zone. At that point, probably a better question for him, but you're not picking up breaking balls, so you sell out to one. He sold out. That was a huge hit at the time, just a little bit more breathing room. But Z's having some really good at-bats out of that spot. And what he's done with the pitching, we talk about it all the time for good reason. If you're going to give the pitching credit and the bullpen credit, all those guys, Z's right in the thick of that, along with Mikey Perez.
And then back to that defense real quick. Someone's got to pick it at first, and G-Man does it maybe better than most. The ability for him to just do the splits and when Joey's making great plays to come up with those picks.
Yeah, it's a 2-part play. G-Man, he gets out there pretty unique with his flexibility. A lot of first basemen don't go after it that way, but that's what he's kind of grown comfortable with and trusts that gives him the best chance to get the hop that he wants. And more times than not, he's coming up with all of them.
We'll go to Stephanie Epstein.
Yeah, Kevin, could you take us back to go back to the Margot catch? What kind of angle, what kind of view did you have? Did you see any of it? Did you see his little legs sticking up at the end? What
No
What was
view
your view like?
whatsoever. Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
see it at all. When I went out there and he wasn't getting up and guys were kind of waving us down, it showed it back up on the Jumbotron. That was the first that I had seen of it.
What were you thinking as the ball disappeared out of your line of vision then?
Well, I was confident one way or another it was going to be a foul ball. But then when Willie or Brandon, whoever was over there, kind of stood over there, I was just hoping he wasn't hurt.
Thanks.
Richard Justice next.
Kevin, when you see your team play a game like this, when you're hitting on all cylinders, it seems like your club is playing its best at this time of year, at the most important time. What does it make you feel like when you see everything working a little bit?
Well, really good. I mean, we got a talented group of players, and sometimes that talent doesn't always show up at the same time. But right now, you know, certainly on the pitching and the defense, it's there. I mean, they're playing with very minimal margin of error, and they're getting it done, making the plays behind the pitchers, and the pitchers are making big pitches. We got some guys with the bat that are seeing the ball well and coming up with big hits, but we got some other guys that certainly can get hot here. And if we do, you know, we just become that much more dangerous of a club.
Steve Carney.
Kevin, I know a lot is made about the stable guys, but how important was it to get Luke back out there after he had the troubles not pitching for 12 days to get him back out in that same the same scenario against the same guys?
Yeah, look, there was never a doubt in our mind that he's going to play a big role. With the lefties they got, they're really good. You know, between Brantley, Tucker, and Reddick, those guys can handle right-handed pitching, and Aaron gives about as unique of a look as any lefty. I guess it was important, but whether he liked it or not, he was coming back in the game, especially if that spot came up.
Kyle Glazer.
Hey, Kevin. This is obviously Manny's first year with you guys. How have you seen him grow and get more comfortable with the team as the year's gone on?
Well, like Mark alluded to, he's been through a lot this year. You know what? I think something that helped a lot was during the pandemic shutdown, him and Willie lived together. And when you're living with Willie Adames, you know, Willie's going to get the best out of people. That's what he does for all of us in the building. And to be, you know, cooped up in an apartment or wherever it was for 3 months, I think he got acclimated really quick because Willie's about as good as a representation of a Tampa Bay Ray as you could ask.
He had 1 home run the regular season. He's got 3 here in the postseason. What do you attribute this power surge to?
I don't know. I mean, he's getting pitches. He's feeling it, but certainly not going to get in the way of it.
Thank you.
Anything final for Kevin? Thanks for
Kevin, how close was he to coming out of the game? Where like looked like he went down the tunnel and Joe went down with him?
Who?
Margot.
No, he wasn't coming out of the game.
He wasn't hurt enough to come out of the game, huh?
No.
No chance.
No.